Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rome Total War 2, or Rome 2 Total War, however they're going for it. I don't know, it's Rome Total War 2. Anyhow, let's get on with it. I am Macedon against Athens. This is not my first online battle, I just do quick battles. By the way, just doing quick battles for now, just to get myself accustomed to it. I really shouldn't have jumped into one straight away, I got a little bit blitzed in the first game. I have played loads so far, but I didn't know that the replays were corrupting, so I went to play the replay and, well, there's only 9 minutes of the game, but the game's actually lasting for around about 15-16 minutes. So I kind of recorded all the way through, commentating it, and nothing. The game cuts out before the end. And obviously most of you will call me a liar if I say, well, I did win the game. Yeah. Anyway, this time I've decided to record it live, hence the rather shocking graphics. I thought I'd be okay for Rome 2, but obviously not. The processors that they want is huge. Anyway, I'm up against a guy who's playing Athens. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but this is a quick battle, and he's gone for a lot of thorax swordsmen. He has gone for militia hoplites. They are hiding in the forest, and a lot of peltasts. Seeing as I recorded this game and I'm commentating afterwards, I thought I'd let you know that this is a fantastic game. I thought it was, and I personally think that my cav play won me the game this time. You know, I'm quite aggressive when I have cavalry, and I think that aggression showed. You know, that's essentially the reason why I won. I've only got 3 units of cavalry. He's got 2 just there, plus a general's unit, I believe, and I think he has more citizen cavalry as well, but I will find out for you shortly. Essentially what he has a front line with lots of peltasts, and essentially the front line are just meant to hold while the peltasts are meant to, you know, hurl crap at me. For this, my build, I've gone for quite a few foot companions and some shield bearers. The foot companions are there mostly just for my pike units, and the shield bearers are there for my spear units. They're going to be my front line. Gone for 2 units of peltasts, rank 1 upgraded. And here I've noticed that a lot of his units are elsewhere, but I am quite wary that he's going to be hiding units in this forest, so I'm charging with caution. Make sure that I'm getting the Cretan unit on the right, the peltasts on the right first. And now I noticed the mass amount of units, but I'm still going to look to ride him down, because that's the unit that's undefended. And I've taken away 20 here, but I'm going to have to withdraw simply because I see his hoplites running, and this is where I know that he's got hoplites, and they're actually hiding in the forest. And I have managed to rout one of his units, but as always in this game, the units always come back if they've got quite a few units left. Here, 2 of my cav get stuck. No. Run. This is one of the things as well that I'm not doing replays. I've watched a couple of replays trying to see where I go wrong, and I noticed that, well, actually, hang on a minute, I didn't lose that unit, and it's essentially a bug on all CA games. And here I just spot that his peltasts are completely out of control. He's not moving them with the front line, he's moving them well ahead. So at the moment I'm just looking to take them all down and just harass him, and this way I'm just throwing his army into complete chaos, which I hope is good for me and bad for him. I should have probably used trample there, and I do it a little bit late. But yeah, you just use trample and units get trampled. I mean, ignore the pun, or ignore the no pun, it's more of a no-brainer on that one, but yeah, they really do. Here I'm going to try and reorganise my army to face his. Now this bit's all pretty quickly paced, it's all fast-paced this little bit here. I'm chasing his units, and his units are running around like, you know, rabbits. Here I watch out for the thorax swordsman, and here I charge into his citizen cavalry that he charges forward. I am going to get a pretty nice flanking on him. He charges straight into the middle of them, while one of my other cav is still roaming around, killing his peltasts and routing them. I'm going to move those 2 cav units back, and the other one as well, because now there you go, just ranked up nicely there. Yeah, I don't understand. He left his peltasts well out of formation. I don't know if they're out of formation or not, but oh look, this unit's still going. Is he chasing me or what? I'm going to sandwich him anyway. And here he goes. He's going to charge all of his units towards my cav, and I'm going to rout his other citizen cavalry. So there you can see. After that, I mean, you just see his army. It's a complete mess. There's no formation, no nothing. While I'm in the forest, essentially having a quiet day. Could have rang a picnic. Now my peltasts are going to try and fire on his swordsman now, trying to get off a few cheap shots. Here's peltasts, I can't speak today. They're going to come around. Essentially, I think he's trying to move back around again to flank me. He knows there's a little bit of forest in there that he can use, but I've completely ruined his whole battle plan, in my opinion anyway. I'm going to split my cav again, 2 to 1. I need my peltast now to come back because they're way too close. And it's all about whether I can chase down his peltast at the same time, but I can't, so I move my cav back. Now I'm quite conscious not, and I just check out, there's one cavalry sitting right back there. And here comes one of his units. My peltast, I need to move back, but I have my foot companions that can go over there and chase down the cav. One unit of cav that just stopped running for some odd reason. And he's left these units again well out of formation, and I'm going to trample these guys. Cretan archers, you know, they're so powerful. Why would you leave them there? I'm going to run my foot companions back because they're out of formation. I'm trying to keep my formation nice and compact, and my cavalry stopped again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and face his army. Now I'm going to reform my line, and he's completely focused on this battle over here. He's going to move some of his units forward, but I've completely ripped his whole right flank out. I notice his cav is essentially his backup cav charging towards me. I'm going to try and outflank his own cav. My cav gets caught. I didn't want my cav to get caught. I want him to move around, but fair play. I know I'm going to win that. It's 3 to 1. I can win that. His hoplites are going to charge forward, and so is citizen cav. I'm pretty sure I can deal with that. It's not a problem. Obviously, the bad thing about not having replays, I can't zoom in and give you all the nice action. I've sacrificed the vegetation and the shade and the shadows for unit detail, so at least I can have a little bit of fun while playing. I'm now going to stick all my guys in phalanx mode. Oh, sorry, we may have got some feedback there from the mic. And his, essentially, citizen cavalry here that have just charged in are now going to rout due to my peltasts. They will still be there because I think he's seen that I've completely routed his other cav. I'm going to go into this forest here not only for the cover of my own troops, but to also just see, just in case, what he's got in that forest, because he's been quite sneaky before in hiding hoplites in there. And my cav are going to charge into his. I'm going to surround his and outflank his own cav. And I will be able to rout them fairly soon. Now his line's going to move forward. It becomes a mass rout, and I'm sorry for the graphics because it would have been nicer to have some moving trees in this. I mean, it's just as bad for me as it is for him. He can't see anything because, well, you know, one of my cavalry routs. I really don't think that's fair. You know, I lost a whole unit of cav in that battle, and I thought I flanked him. I didn't think that was fair, but the cav did come back, which was nice. My peltasts here are essentially just going to whack his units as hard as they can. My guys are in phalanx. You know, my shield bearers aren't going anywhere. I'm going to use the rapid advance, and I'm going to use the raised banner just to give my guys just a bit of extra support and make sure that those guys are completely done. My foot companions are now going to charge into those swordsmen only to give my units a bit of backup. And one of my cavs escaped. I'm going to charge into his peltasts and cause a little bit of trauma at the back, which is always nice. I noticed that one of his units just to the left is trying to outflank mine just to hoplites, and I noticed his cav are going to charge around. I completely missed that. I completely missed that cavalry. He did really well to get me there, but I've got my pikes. I noticed I lost another cavalry there with those peltasts, which was really annoying, and I think if I would have kept those I would have won this game a lot quicker. Well, if that cav would have charged in with my other cav, I don't know what happened. The game is still quite glitchy, so bear with me. I'm going to use rapid advance to make sure my units push quite far, and as soon as I did, that unit routed straight away. My front line held really, really well, I thought, by the way. I mean, having your general in the front line is great. Obviously not great if he dies, but it's great because he can spy your men there and then, and he's not in the back line as well, which is nice. Hence why I like having a spear general unit or field unit general that's not on the cav. Here you can see a little bit. Try and get in close. Just remember that I'm recording live, thinking, oh, I'll try and give you a little bit of action. Now my peltasts have come back from routing. The peltasts come back from routing a lot. It's great. But anyway, now I know that his front line is more or less smashed. I'm going to move my general out just to a little bit more to the left to kind of flank his other unit. In my opinion, the centre bit is drawing. The whole centre is drawing. His thorax swordsmen are doing really, really well there, and they are drawing quite well with my shield bearers. And I honestly think his pelters could have done a lot more damage, or they did do a lot of damage to my units. And I think that without my aggressive cavalry early game stance, I may have lost this game just based on pelters alone. I know that range units in this game aren't that great, and it tends to be spear units that are the best to use, obviously apart from Rome, because Rome is completely overpowered at the moment. Their legionaries and their cohorts are incredibly overpowered. Their triarii are excellent as well, but it's the legionaries that completely rip you to shreds. Basically first one's in and last one's out. I put my shield bearers now into phalanx. A little bit of rapid advance as well. You can see where the rapid advance counts. The units just move forward and forward and forward, and they will not stop until that runs out. It's brilliant. And essentially what you do is you create a concave shape in the opponent's army, and the wings of that you just mop them up. There's a lot of people to try and counter that are putting long, thin lines. That does work, but then you get a cav charge, or a cav charge like I did with the pelters, and they just rout completely. Because you just don't have the strength and depth to stop that. I mean, this battle essentially, in my opinion, I mean a lot of people have their own opinions, but my opinion, not to big myself up, but this battle was won because of that early aggressive cav charge. I mean, yes, admittedly I lost the cav fairly stupidly, also down to various glitches and whatnot, but if it was down to me I would have liked to have not had those glitches and kept my cav and attacked together as they were meant to. Now at this point I'm going to reform the line. I've ran out of ammo, so I charged my peltast in. Not the best thing to do. I managed to rat one of his units, but I've completely lost my peltast unit. At the moment, though, I have the opportunity now to reform my line, make sure it's all sorted, and I can essentially charge at his peltast. He only has peltast left, and it won't be that long now before, well, they just give up. He has one unit of swordsmen, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem for me. I think probably 2 units of swordsmen. It shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to charge straight through. I'm going to form up just there. And let's see. I then noticed that he has 1 unit of thorax swordsmen that have just come back from routing, which is extremely interesting, which is great. I missed the chance to put my phalanx in. Make sure that you do put your phalanx in. Don't miss the chance, don't get too close and you can't put your phalanx in. Other than that, at the moment I'm literally just going to charge as fast as I can. I'm going to use this unit though just to come round the back. Oh, and if you need to, like I will in a second when the thorax pikemen that you just saw behind me, thorax swordsman, sorry, just behind me come to hit me, press J to do an about turn in phalanx. And there you go, I just hit phalanx just before. It does stop the charge, but yeah, don't attack when you've got phalanx, by the way, your men break. And here I'm going to click on them, use the about turn. They come out of the forest, very sneaky opponent. This is essentially it there, my front line held extremely well while my cavalry did the business. My general now, and there you go, straight into the pikes. And that's it. I think that this game was, you know, an excellent game. I hope you enjoyed it. It's nearly finished now. I don't have too long left to explain it. I think Rome Total War is a fantastic game. It's a great concept, apart from the bugs, the graphical glitches, the amount of processor RAM that you need, and the speed of the processor that you need is incredible. Other than that, it's a really fantastic game. I hope they can iron out the bugs and glitches and try and balance it a little bit more. Other than that, I hope you did enjoy the game and find out that actually cavalry isn't so underpowered in this game. It can make a massive impact, and of course peltasts are pretty overpowered as well. People saying ranged units in this game are very underpowered, but in all honesty, if I hadn't have charged them down, I think you would have seen a very different game here today. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope to do a lot more Rome Total War videos, and apologies for the graphics, but I am going to have to record live because the replays are glitched. Thank you for watching, and until next time.